Dude.
Hey guys, I'm IXL's Runamok. You there, grimZ?
Yes, I am.
There you go, man. Alright, bringing back more Heart of the Swarm videos to you guys. Today we've got a game between Empire.BratOK versus Dimaga. Awesome.
We do.
It's going to be a
TvZ.
Oh yeah, it is going to be one of my favorite matchups. Definitely to play and watch. It has been a long time, even though you can get frustrated with it. It's pretty amazing overall.
Tell me, my dear friend, what has changed in this matchup since Wings of Liberty?
Well, I think it comes down to the use of the new units, things like the Swarm Host, how the Zergs have adapted to the new Hydralisk's abilities and things like that, their speed off creep. Vipers are a big thing now in TvZ, Blinding Cloud, Abduct, all those kind of beautiful abilities aiding so much in the Zerg's arsenal to kind of deal with threats that come out of Terran. And Terran, well, what have they got? They got an update to the Thor Hellbats, they're a pretty beefy unit. Widow Mines are an exceptional unit as well, some might even say unbalanced. But, I don't know, Blizzard's been doing pretty well so far, and you can see the replay isn't 100% as these neutral supply depots seem to be out of the ground, not into the ground, but that's okay.
That's kind of sexy. I like that. Although I'm pretty sure that's unintentional, not to worry. It won't affect the players all that much unless BratOK wanted to go for some sneaky bunker shenanigans, but Dimaga here, just going to go for the hatch first. We'll see the spawning pool and possibly some gas following up, but over in BratOK's base we saw a relatively early gas here, so it's more than likely going to be a Reaper opening from BratOK.
Yeah, Reapers, that's a unit I definitely forgot to touch on. They've changed a lot. Now more of a light scouting unit rather than doing any kind of additional damage to buildings, so yeah, very fast, very nimble, has the ability to regen outside of combat. 10 seconds out of being attacked, it can start to heal its HP relatively fast.
It's really added to the versatility of Terran in general, allowing them to get like super early map control, and they can also of course do those proxy barracks builds with Reapers, and they can, you know, try to do as much damage as they can with that. But obviously BratOK is just going to use it for that early map control, at least until Lings get their speed up, and it looks like, yeah, it's just going to be an expansion coming out from BratOK, so nothing too crazy happening in the early stages of the game.
Reaper expand, pretty typical, follows this up with a Marine, now probably likely to get a Reactor. You probably have the Marines and add on to the factory, etc. Oh, factory first, then reactors, that's okay. First,
a little bit of damage going down, nice save.
Yeah.
Turning that into an extractor. He's got 4 Lings out right now. Oh, almost traps the Reaper, but the Reaper decides to go down the ramp. Dimaga slipping slightly there, and it's going to let that Reaper live for now. Oh, he's going to try and be Flash and micro it around, but nah, he's not Korean.
Dimaga, probably a pretty good foreigner, but not one of the best. Definitely, I haven't seen too much play coming from him lately, actually.
Definitely haven't heard of him all that much, and I don't know if that's because he's just been sitting out of the spotlight for a while or whatnot, but yeah, he used to be a pretty good player. He used to contest with the top foreigners. Not sure what's happened to him.
Let's have a look. BratOK gets into the base, scouts, sees a gas going up, but Dimaga actually very smart with that and cancels it. Should show that really quickly. Yeah, more queens coming out, looking to probably take a faster third base, I would assume. Getting speed and going for an evolution chamber. This could be for some fast upgrades, as he's still mining gas, or he wants to go for maybe a faster lair. That'll be interesting to see what happens.
Well, this is not ZVP, where I feel like the Evo chamber might be slightly more necessary. Is going to Carapace, as if it was a ZVP. All those bloody proxy Oracle builds are just insane. You might so much damage. This Reaper's actually going to come around the back here, try and do a little bit more damage. That nice new ability for the Reapers once they're out of combat, get healed up, so you can see that he's just about at full health right now. Yeah.
Second factory out on. We're getting Blue Flame coming out from BratOK, so it looked like to do a Blue Flame Hellion attack. This is going to be really nice versus anyone that's not building a lot of Zerglings, has no kind of static D. Even without roaches, he could be in a bit of trouble because so many Blue Flame Hellions so early. They just even melt through queens. Nice little cute animation here with the creep tumors. Third base going down now for Dimaga.
Ooh, it's going to deny that creep very nicely there. No cancels from Dimaga, so that creep is long gone. Although we do still have a queen at the front, she will be able to poop out some more creep, and it's just a continuous Hellion production right now, even out of the one with the tech lab, because he's getting the blue flame as well. So I think he's going to try and hit a blue flame timing attack, upon which he can do just a ton of damage, and hopefully cripple the Zerg in such a way that it will be able to transition out of this into something really sexy, like just mass mechanized units. It's sick.
It would be pretty mad. I would love to see some mech coming out of here by Empire.BratOK. Like, he's kind of always been a player I've looked to. Him and Happy, Empire Happy, two players I definitely looked at and trying to copy some of their builds. The Blue Flame Hellion is finished. His Hellion's coming in and roasting up the first queen. That's amazing. He's going to push up forward. Where is the army for Dimaga? It's sitting in the natural. He's going to wait for the Hellions to get up and ramp a little bit further, I guess. More Zerglings spawning.
These queens are taking a ton of damage, really making a nice buffer, but the Zerglings, oh, I think they overstepped the mark there a little bit, could have waited a little bit longer, but I guess he felt like he had no choice. Now, the Hellions are coming in. Oh, the Blue Flame is amazing. We have a few Hellions falling down every now and then, but now he's in the main. We just saw the Roaches finish. Another lot of Lings come in. It's just about to clean up the rest. What do we have, though? 8 workers killed.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty hectic attack, except it actually did nothing.
Yeah.
Killing 8 workers, forcing out a lot of Zerglings, that was probably the biggest benefit BratOK got from that attack. Instead of having drones to saturate this third base, which this Reaper now sees, he just forced out a ton of Zerglings. What are we at? 20 Zerglings now, 1 Roach, 2 Queens, killed a bunch of Queens, so that's going to limit his injects as well. His third CC is almost finished, so BratOK putting himself in a nice position. Armories 1 and 2 about to finish up, so it is going to be mech, so very interesting. Mech, in my opinion, is definitely going to be one of the hardest things to pull off in TvZ, just because of Swarm Host and Vipers from my own personal experience, but we'll see how what BratOK does with this.
Yeah, Blinding Cloud, such an annoying ability for Terran, and indeed any race really. It means they have to not engage in it, they can't engage in it unless they want to get absolutely steamrolled. And we're yet to see some effective techniques for dealing with them as of yet. As we've seen, if any of you have watched Flash's games against Light, he pretty much just micros out of it. We'll see if we can find a more appropriate response as the game and the metagame changes. But yeah, it looks like BratOK wanting to take his third base, getting blocked off there, and both players actually are just going to sit back, macro up, and try and get the army they want.
Yeah, some nice upgrades in research, +2/2 for melee and carapace for Zerg, +1 flyers, Roach speed also under the way, and well, all these mutalisks are really going to allow him to do is maybe get some more scouting information. Well, he can't really do too much damage. I'd imagine Thors would be coming out in BratOK's pretty soon. Usually the first round is for tanks to kind of deal with any kind of Roach aggression after the initial Hellions. And Roaches are almost in a definite response, so tanks are pretty good to dealing with those, and then they will go, oh, Dimaga, not paying attention, got a bunch of idle drones down here by the third, hope he cleans that up really soon.
That's a big hit in his corner. There we go. He now realizes doing damage to himself there. Not very good. Nice pick up there by Josh. He's got the Infestation Pit down, and he's only just using that for Hive, so he's not using it for any kind of Infestor tech or upgrades off of that. He just wants to get to Hive really, really quickly. Interesting.
Alright, he has to know that the mech composition is out by now. There's no reason why you should not know what composition your player is at by 12 minutes. Nice Hellion run by coming in into the natural. Does get a little bit more pot shots off. Touch the Hellion nice and neatly between the extractor and the mineral patch, so a little bit more survivability, and ultimately not doing too much, just putting a lot of these Zerglings in the orange.
Well, nice scan by BratOK. Sees the timing of the Hive rather, so he knows that that is coming along. Spire is just about to finish flyer attacks at level 1. More than likely betting on the fact that we will see a Greater Spire coming out anytime soon. Meanwhile, little Zergling run by into the third, getting some splash damage off of some SCVs. The Mutalisks are now out, and I don't think they're going to do too much damage, though I'm not seeing any turrets up.
BratOK's got a few of them going up in his main, none at the natural or the third just yet. some of them kind of tucked away in between supply depots and things like that. So these Mutalisks are going to get denied. Can't imagine them doing too much. He's going to fly right on the top of them, and there's the Thors.
And that's no good for Dimaga at all. Has completely committed these Mutalisks and gets a few kills off, but for the losses of these Mutas, especially having to fly over that turret again. Oh, another pod shot from the Thor. Definitely not worth it for Dimaga there. Losing just a few minerals and gas in resources, but double expanding behind this whilst getting the Great Aspire. So he's still being on top of his tech.
And getting an Ultralisk cannon, so Dimaga feeling quite comfortable for some strange reason, deciding to open up all tech paths. But okay, 138 supply versus 119 right now. The only thing I could say Dimaga's got going for him is he's got these +3 melee and carapace upgrades, so going for Great Aspire right now just seems like a beautiful waste. I'd rather see Dimaga go more for the Ultralisks, maybe more Ling Bane, maybe mix in the Vipers with the Ultralisk and stop the siege tanks to kind of really get on top of the army.
Well, he's pushing in at the front here with Roaches for some reason. Oh, manages to save them all though. Thought they might have been suicidal Roaches for more supply, but he's only at 140, so that doesn't make any sense. Meanwhile, BratOK at 140, deciding it is time for me to push out, pulling some SCVs with him as well, and these nice new units called the Hellbats coming out here. You morph them from Hellions. As you get them from, what was it, an upgrade from the factory, I believe, the tech lab.
Yeah, you need the armory and then you need tech lab and you can research it.
Yeah.
They are a light biological mechanical unit, so they have that odd ability to be healed by the Medivacs. Nice little counter-attack here by the Mutalisks, but a clutch repair going down by BratOK.
Wow, that repair was so close to dying, and the Mutants are still in here just attacking stuff. Oh, not giving up, decided that they are committed, he's going to lose them all. Meanwhile, BratOK taking out a base for Dimaga is going to siege up here, and this is going to be a big battle. Wow, what Ling Baneling Viper going to be able to try to deal with this? No speed, here we go! Oh my goodness, what?
Yeah, pretty interesting strategy there. Puts a blinding cloud on top of the tanks. He didn't want the tanks to use their splash damage versus the Banelings. The Banelings crashing into the more dominant units, which would be the Hellbats, probably the most thing that looks like Dimaga seems to be doing right now. And then he probably wants to try and flood in with some melee units, but it's too little too late. Ultras Cavern now under attack. It's going to go completely down. 3 Ultras in production. It's looking pretty grim here for Dimaga, man.
Yeah, a bit of a weird composition coming out of him, like Ling Bane. And then the Spellcaster, where you could just see BratOK just rolling over that. Oh, but a nice little attack by a bunch of Zerglings. Unfortunately, those tanks are accompanied by some Hellbats, and it looks like BratOK is going to push up into the natural here.
Nice blinding cloud goes down, but it does look like the Thor's just on top of everything. No focus fire needed here today. Ultra's coming out with a nice new shiny skin, but it's just not enough.
Oh, he's nomming up those mech units though really nicely. Oh, but there's just too much DPS from the tanks on the low ground. Unsieged tanks taking out those Ultras, and now this base is under threat, and this is terrible for Dimaga, especially since the majority of his tech buildings are here.
Yeah, man, look at that. Taking out Evolution Chambers is denied mining from one of these extractors. The next Evolution Chamber about to go down. He's trying to use a Viper and get some consume energy on this hatchery. He wants to put down some more blinding clouds, but the tank spread here is too much for one Viper alone. Needless to say, he's also heavily with this bank and has no way of spending it. So, yeah, I think I'm almost convinced that Dimaga's lost this game. And BratOK now pushing over here by the 4th is going to deny this outright as well, forcing a bunch of drones to retreat. And yeah, he's going to clean up the majority of this army here, but what's left at home? BratOK is constantly producing out of how many factories? 6 factories? He's not going to stop his reinforcements.
Yeah, there's just too much here for Dimaga, and this is such a frustrating position to be in as Zerg when you have that massive bank, when all your hatcheries have died, you're not completely correct with your injects, on time rather, and now your Terran opponent is just coming across the map and you're like, I can't spend all this money! 6 Ultras, however, are on the way.
Yeah, he's still got a lot of lava left. He's still got definitely enough minerals to make more Zerglings, but I think he's given up at this point. The Thor's now transformed in their ability for the heavy payload. There's a focus fire, non-splash damagey anti-air cannon.
Oh my gosh, the Hellbats just eating up drones and Zerglings left and right. They're so strong. Taking out everything, the shells from the tanks. Finally, that hatchery goes down, and 6 Ultras have now popped. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do too much. You're going to clean up some of these Thors pretty nice and easy, but...
Oh my god. Oh, just look at the Remax. Look at the friggin' Remax.
Yeah.
There is no way.
You're a tank Hellbat, what's going to stop that? He's got the Ultralisk. Some of them are already in the orange and the red. 5-3 Ultralisk, not doing too bad versus the mech of 3-2, but he's going to come down on the ramp, get put in at basically a choke point. Hellbat's in front. Tons of tanks in the reinforcement path, and Lings are trying to come in here as well, and it's just not enough.
Oh my god, the physics there is amazing. I just saw a head fly off the Ultralisk and hit a tank, but it's not enough. GG from Dimaga. BratOK takes this TvZ.
Does indeed. Alright, thanks guys for tuning in. I'm IXL's Run Amok. Partner with me today is...
IXL's grimZ.
Check us out. Follow